Miss Connor.
Hi, Miss Cutner. So this is our second video?
Yes, for
Sorry.
Epistemology.
Our second video that we've done. So you were in our group because you had stuff to...
Yeah, I've been running around
So
from hospital to hospital. So.
I'll fill you in on what we did.
Okay.
So we talked a lot about like rational thinking because a lot of our philosophers took knowledge as it has to be rational, except for like mine, like one of my philosophers like completely ignored rationality in his knowledge. He thought that knowledge is something that you experience. It's not something that...
So it's all based off like a... Well, you said experience.
Mm-hmm.
So like you have to experience it to have knowledge of it.
Mm-hmm. So I think like I kind of like, even though I had philosophers that didn't think rationally, I think that I took more from like Martina and Ryan, who had rational philosophers, and that like my philosophy of life is that you need rationality. You can't just...
For epistemology?
Yeah. Like,
you
cause,
need knowledge?
Yeah.
You
need rational knowledge.
Rational.
You can't like just go out and be like, okay, I'm gonna get this job because I have experience in it.
Mine's similar too. Like for what I was thinking. What I was thinking is like you can't have to have knowledge is like true and justified.
Mm-hmm.
It has to have physical evidence, like something that we're familiar with as being true.
I
so
think
like so like when I was researching for my outline, the one philosopher that goes like aligns with mine,
mm-hmm.
I like right away picked Plato's.
Oh yeah.
thing, because his also states like similar to mine is like any like what makes it justified knowledge is like what how do I say it? It's like what
like
makes it up, like what makes it up.
Oh, okay. Like the physical...
Like the makeup of
something.
Of it. So, like, yeah.
Well, like, I did, like, I don't know if you've researched him yet, but his name is, like, Karl Marx or something like that.
I saw an article, but I haven't really researched about it.
Well, he's this philosopher that I guess got in trouble for being rational thinking, or, like, thinking rationally.
Mm-hmm.
But I, like, also, like, when I was writing, because I was thinking about, like, my life when I was doing this essay, is that, like, religion has a big part to play in my life. But, like, with religion, like, yeah, like, you have the Bible and you have, like that, but you don't really have any, like, physical proof that knowledge, that is with you. So I had to, like, deal with that in my essay, which is yet to take form.
Yeah. One thing while doing I was doing the portion of how do we know, like, how do we know, part of the outline.
Mm-hmm.
So I was researching, and it said, like, through different sources
mm-hmm.
is how we know things. So like there's like perception or something.
Oh yeah.
But then there was also like use of experience, and then there was one that said reasoning. But the thing that I kind of came up with kind of a philosophy thing about it.
For like your life.
Well, like just
about it. Or just in general.
Just like about it,
okay.
Because like when I was researching it, the use of reason says that when you use the use of reason, it's more of like a logical type thinking, but instead you don't have to use past experiences. You know what I mean? You don't have to use past experiences. It doesn't use it. So like the example was like Miss Connor. I think Miss Connor said it, but I read it on that article too. Is like you don't have to have experienced it or seen it to know that saying every bachelor is unmarried.
Mm-hmm. Oh, okay. So, like, it's just, like, assumption?
Yeah. But then when I was thinking about it, I was thinking it's almost impossible to use reasoning without having some type of
background,
past experience to put into it.
Mm-hmm.
Even though it's not directly affecting the reasoning
that you're doing.
I believe that small portions of your memories, all, like, your brain uses different pieces of a bunch of memories to combine to tell you what's logical and reasonable.
Well, like, on that part of the essay, I think I had, like, a lot of trouble because, like, it just, like, it could go, like, so many ways. Like, you could take it so differently. So, like, in mine, I was just, like, we know because of, like, the general, like, school and then experience. But we just, like, you just know things sometimes. Like, have you ever, like, heard a question and I've had a question asked to you and you just know something?
Yeah, so, like
with,
one example I used was, like, say before you've never experienced this, but for the first time ever, like, you haven't seen it before, you see a rock thrown at a glass window.
You just know it's...
But you've never experienced seeing it or have seen it before. But for some reason, you know, you can come to the conclusion that the rock's gonna break the glass. You know what I mean?
think that's also where
But that's what I'm saying. Like, it's impossible to have reason without past experiences.
Mm-hmm. I get what you're saying.
Because little pieces of memories about different things. Maybe you've broken glass before. You know how much a rock weighs. Different little pieces of experience and past memories
just
come back
you
to
make the connection
incorporate to what's gonna happen. So I feel like that's why I came up with that philosophy of it's almost impossible to have reason without past experience. To use reasoning of it.
You don't need exactly past experience though to
it's
have reason.
Maybe not directly.
I can see where you would think they were they're linked definitely.
I feel like you definitely need some piece of past experiences.
Well, I feel like you don't people that I don't know if you've ever seen those videos online where people see snow for the first time or dogs see snow for the first time. They don't have any past experience of what it feels like or what it is, but they know it's gonna be melt. They know it's gonna do stuff.
Be cold.
Yeah, but they've never experienced it, so you don't really need the direct link. There's definitely a connection, but there's not a direct link, which I think I'm gonna push my essay towards more. You don't really need it because there's not.
I know what you mean.
You don't really need the direct connection.
Yeah.
Until you get older, then you really definitely need that because then you'll just mess up your life. Well, I think that's all we have to say for this one. I'll see you next time.